Chapter 907. Downstairs, the person in charge had given Wilbur his winnings. There were $40 million worth of chips in front of Wilbur, a whole mountain of them. Tiff was completely leaning against him now, unable to sit up straight. She was not sure whether it was her mind playing tricks on her, but Wilbur seemed to radiate a powerful force that gave her support. Just then, Wilbur looked over at Edward and Jesse with a smile. "Would you like to continue playing, gentlemen?" It was a deliberate and clear challenge. Even the onlookers knew this. Both men were ashen in the face, unable to contain their fury at being mocked by this nobody. "Get me the rest of my $90 million in chips, all of it," Edward shouted. "Mine too. I'm going to teach this bastard a lesson." Jesse fumed as well. A girl in a ponytail behind them spoke up in a small voice. "Why don't you just stop here, Mr. Borton?" She was clearly worried about how much Edward was betting. Yet Edward turned around and landed a slap on the girl's face. It rang sharp and crisp through the air, and the girl's face reddened at once. "What the hell did you just say to me? Do you think I can't afford this? Or do you think I'll lose to that uncultured piece of shit?" Edward roared. The girl's cheek stung from the slap, but she had no choice but to bear it and stammer. "No, Mr. Borton. That's not what I meant. Please don't be so angry." The look on her face made everyone's chests clench. The other girl sat still like a rock, not daring to utter a word. The onlookers could not help but shake their heads. What a disgrace of a man this guy was, taking his anger out on another woman like that. Yet no one could do anything about it and merely made the comment internally to themselves. Wilbur shook his head as well. This guy really was a piece of work. The girls sitting behind him had also clearly been blinded by money. Edward and Jesse merely saw them as toys to be played with, throwing them away the second they bored. Just then, the two hostesses serving them placed $90 million in chips in front of both men. Edward sneered coldly, staring at Wilbur. "What are we betting on this time, Wilbur smiled. He pushed all the gambling chips in front of him forward once more, betting on big once again. The crowd was gripped with anxiety. Tiff's vision was even beginning to blur. Edward and Jesse sneered, pushing $40 million out to bet on small. There was no way in hell they were going to let some uncultured bastard win over them. The air was thick with tension, and a small crowd of dozens had amassed. Betting $40 million in one round was something they had honestly never seen before. The dealer called out that all bets were confirmed and began shaking the dice. She raised the cover, and everyone watched with bated breath. Tiff leaned weakly against Wilbur's body, but her fists were clenched as she watched on nervously. Wilbur smiled and lit a cigarette. 2, 6, 6, 14. Big. The dealer wiped the sweat off her brow. Despite the fact that the casino had not lost any money, even winning $40 million excluding the commission from the chips, the dealer had never witnessed something as incredible as one man winning 4 rounds in a row betting all in on the same thing. Wilbur's fourth win drew even more attention from other gamblers. Everyone stared on in disbelief, staring at Wilbur as if he were the god of gambling. Edward and Jesse's expressions, however, only flushed an even uglier shade of purple. They had lost 2 rounds in a row.